So now we're back to Godot docs, getting started. Our first 3D game, player scene and input actions. This is the third time I've tried recording this. I don't know what's the deal with my computer. It keeps crashing. Doesn't matter. Let's go. All right. So in the next two lessons, we will design the player scene, register custom input actions, and code player movement. By the end, we'll have a playable character that moves in 8 directions. We're going to start by creating a new scene by going to the scene menu in the top left and clicking new scene. And then we're going to create a character body 3D node as its root, and we're going to name it player. All right, so we'll do that to start off with. So we'll go over here and create a new scene right here. Character body 2D. What was it? Character body 3D. Okay, so that's what we'll do first. Character body 3D as its root. So we'll come over here, Control A, character body 3D right here. Create it. All right, and we're going to call it player. Player. Okay, player. There we go. All right, so we got that going on. Let's see what's next. Character bodies are complementary to the area, and rigid bodies used in the 2D game. What? Character bodies are complementary to the area and rigid bodies used in the 2D game tutorial. Okay. Like rigid bodies, they can move and collide with the environment. But instead of being controlled by the physics engine, we dictate their movement. Okay. We'll see how to use the node's unique features when we code the jump and squash mechanics. All right. We've also got the C also. To learn more about the different physics node types, we can see this physics introduction. And when we come over here, we can see it's inside of the manual, that huge manual this thing's got. So there we go. So for now, we're going to create a basic rig for our character's 3D model. This will allow us to rotate the model later via code while it plays an animation. All right. We're going to add a node 3D node as a child of player and name it pivot. All right. So we're going to add this to this node 3D. So we'll say Control A, node 3D right there. Double click it, call it pivot. Pivot. Boom. All right. So let's see what's next. Okay. Then in the file system doc, we're going to expand the art folder by double clicking it and drag and drop player.glb into pivot. All right. So we've got player.glb right here inside of this art thing. So expand that player.glb. We can see we've got this 3D model right there. Drop it into pivot, and then it's right there. All right. So let's see what's next. We should instantiate the model of the child of pivot. We should instantiate the model as a child of pivot. Okay. Oh no, this should instantiate the model as a child of pivot, and we can rename it to character. All right. So let's come over here. And so it's called player because it's player.glb. And so we'll just double click lowercase player and call it character. There we go. All right, so let's see what's next. Note, the GLB files contain 3D scene data based on the open source GITF 2.0 specification, okay? They're a modern and powerful alternative to a proprietary format like FBX, which Godot also supports. I don't know what that means. To produce these files, they designed the model in Blender 3D and exported it to the GITF, right? And I've got Blender right here. And we're going to go over Blender after this course because it's really important to know how to build our own 3D models. All right, so let's get back to it. So as with all kinds of physics nodes, we need a collision shape for our character to collide with the environment. True. We're going to select the player node again and add a child node, collision shape 3D. All right, so we'll do that. And then, so player collision shape 3D. And then in the inspector on the shape property, we'll add a new sphere shape 3D. All right, so we'll do that right over here. So player node collision shape 3D. player node, Control A, collision shape 3D, collision shape 3, boom, create it. All right, come over here, shape, sphere shape, new sphere shape 3D, boom. All right, and let's see what's next. So there's a wire, so the sphere's wireframe appears below the character. Yes, it does. Right there. Sort of below it, but it looks more inside of it. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see what's next. Whatever. All right, so it will be the shape the physics engine uses to collide with the environment. So we want it to better fit the 3D model. We'll make it a bit larger by dragging the orange dot in the viewport. The author's sphere has a radius of about 0.8 meters. All right, so let's come over here. All right, so now look down here when we grab this little orange circle, and you see it says radius 1 right now. Can we not? Okay, if it's clicking like that and you press Control, it'll stop clicking to the actual points. All right. So look at that radius down in the corner, right down here, and we're going to bring it down to as close to 8 as possible. But honestly, I don't think we're going to get any better than that. All right, so there's that. Let's see what's next. All right, so then we're going to move the collision shape up so its bottom roughly aligns with the grid's plane. All right, so we'll come over here, and to move things up, we're going to be using this green arrow that's pointing upwards. And let's actually bring this right about here. If you need to zoom out, you can just press Control plus or minus right next to the backspace, or I don't know. I bet the mouse wheel works too, but my mouse wheel doesn't work. So there we go. So we're going to pull this up like this. Let's zoom in and see how close it is to the red line. Let's try to get rid of this thing too. It's going to tell us that, but we can get rid of it. So let's toggle visibility on character. Drop this down a little bit, and that should be good right there, huh? We're not. Actually, we're looking at this one here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's untoggle. Let's toggle the visibility again, and there we go. All right. So now let's come back over here. And to make moving the shape easier, we can toggle the model's visibility by clicking the eye. So it's just like what we just did right now. We could have clicked either pivot or character. It doesn't matter. All right. So now we're going to save the scene as player.text scene. All right. So we'll say Control S on here. We got player.text scene right there. Save it, and boom. Now we got that. Remember to do Control S a lot, so you don't, so you're not like me and you lose your stuff you've been working on. All right, let's come down here. So with the nodes ready, we can almost get coding, but first we need to define some input actions. All right. So we're going to start by creating input actions. To move the character, we're going to listen to the player's input, like pressing the arrow keys in Godot while we could. Okay, anyway, this is just talking about the player settings and the input map, right? And so what they want us to do with this one is do the move left, move right, move forward, move back. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We'll just say move left, and then we'll just turn the rest. We'll just make the rest of them and also a jump as well. And then we'll go to the next part after that. We'll see about that. All right, so let's do that. So let's come over here, project settings, input map. I already got it in there. Well, I don't have to do it twice. So there we go. Like I told you, this is the third time I'm trying to record this. All right, so I've already got it set up in here. Luckily, I don't want to do it again. Plus, it's a video. But remember, all you got to do is come down here into add new action, type in words, whatever, press enter, and it'll bring this down. Then you press plus over here to assign it whatever you want. Like on this one, we want this to be B, right? Okay, yeah, cool, except for we don't want this at all. Get rid of it. All right. So another thing they're going to want to do, us to do, is set this to like controller joypad. So we're going to go over that next. All right. So now we're going to add support for a gamepad's left joystick. We're going to click the plus button again, the one for left. But this time we're going to select manual selection joypad axes. All right. So we'll go over to this joypad axes, and then we'll select this joypad axis minus. Okay, so it's either a minus or a plus. So joypad axis 0 minus. So let's do that. So also let's turn this move up to move forward. Also, hold on. All right, there we go. And then let's turn this move down to move back. There we go. All right, so let's come over to the left, since that's the one they were working on. Let's do this plus sign next to it. Keyboard keys, joypad buttons, joypad axes. There we go. And we're looking for 0. All right, 0 minus right here. Okay. And then so for move right, let's do the same, but I guess plus. Let's see. Let's do the plus right here. Let's say joypad axes 0 plus. Okay. Stick right joystick. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then let's look at the other ones. We got move back, joypad axes up, down. Let's do up right here. -1. Remember, negative is how you go up in Godot. And then we've got W. No. That should have been plus. Can we change it here? Yeah, we can. Bring it down here. Axis 1 plus. Yes. And then this one's going to be the other one. Cancel. Plus. Joypad axes. And let's drop 1 minus on there. 1 minus. There we go. Okay, a little confusing, but whatever. All right, let's see if they want us to do anything for jump. Actually, let's save it. All right, save. Let's see if they want us to do anything for jump. Leave the other values as default and press OK. Okay. If we want controllers to have different input actions, we should use the devices option in additional options. Device 0 corresponds to the first plugged gamepad. Device 1 corresponds to the second plugged gamepad, pardon me, and so on. Okay. So we're going to do the same for the other input actions. For example, we already did that. And then we've got jump, and we did it to spacebar. Well, I did it to spacebar already. Where was it? Project settings, input actions. I already put space in jump. So remember, just push plus space. All right. There's that. All right, so let's see what's next. Jump action should look like this. What? Oh. And the gamepad's A button. Okay. Joypad button 0. Why would you? Oh, the gamepad's A button. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's go over here. Project settings, jump. Let's say space, and then plus joypad buttons 0. Xbox A, Nintendo B, Sony cross. There we go. I thought it was the X button, but okay. All right, there we go. Great, fantastic. All right, so now close it. Let's see what's next. So that's what our jump action looks like. Let's push Control S also. I don't want to lose it. All right. So that's what it looks like. And in the next part, we're going to code and test the player's movement. Yay! My character, for some reason, ends up hovering over the board by a lot. But why could this be? Found the issue when they said move the floor down. This guy didn't do it. All right. So that's how you do it. All right. So let's go to the next one. There we go. And so now we're on to moving the player with code. And we'll see you next time.